Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of the exclusive first look at Ugluk. If you haven't seen my first video, part 1, you definitely want to check it out to see how usable that monster is at level 100. But now you're going to see him at his full potential, and we're going to take it level by level so you can see the different skills you get at every single level. So at rank 1 you get Ancestor's Bite, which removes 30% of total life from all enemies, applies a 20% life shield to itself, requires cooldown. So, the reason I specifically want to showcase this is because if you remember in the last video, I ended up talking about a skill set you could maybe utilize when this monster, when he's ranked up, when you have this skill specifically. So I'm going to remove Poison Ground for this because I don't need AoE Quicksand, because I actually, at rank 1, I also get my Evolving Trait Area Quicksand. So the enemy's going to start off with Quicksand, and then specifically Ancestor's Bite. The reason I want to showcase this skill, and the reason I said you could potentially run this monster with 3 speed runes, you're going to see why. Like, if you were thinking armor, that's crazy, it's not going to work, he's an attacker. Well, I'm going to showcase it right now. And specifically what I also want to showcase is the fact that if you have a revival relic and you're worried about him dying, well, keep in mind, he'll just revive, so it's not such a bad thing. Now, it may not work 100% in this case, but I'm hoping it does. We're going to go into PvP. And as you can see, I'm facing some stronger opponents now, which is completely fine with me. I'm going to take on that base on the far right. Now, again, I would prefer to have 3 speed. Unfortunately, I don't have the 3 speed. So I'm going to have to go in with whatever I have. And that is not the fastest monster, but it's a pretty fast monster. I really wish I didn't have the strength. I wish I had another speed rune so I could showcase it. But it is what it is. So Ugluk. And we're going to put Dun Raw so I have some protection myself. And we're going to keep, I think we'll keep Rossi God just for the charge of Resonance and the team speed of anything. That's the plan. So let's go into this battle and let's see how that change in the skill set could work. So we're going to fight. Izo is the Mega Taunt monster in this case. And let's see how this battle goes. We'll times 2 speed. So Despicable Beans, that's fine. Exhausting Mask kicks in. Okay, so check it out. He starts to game off the Quicksand. 15% of earth damage, right? And he has Mega Taunt. So what I like about this is that against any Mega Taunt monster, Ancestor's Bite is not 30 damage. It literally becomes 90 damage. So here, let's times 1 and let's do Ancestor's Bite. Take a look at this. Minus Ancestor's Bite minus 30%, 30%, 30%. My sword would still kick in if you have a sword. And then when Izo goes, unfortunately he did Archangel's Blessing, but when Izo goes, he would lose an extra 15% of total life, making his overall HP loss 105. Which means if they don't have an armor relic, if they don't have some sort of protection, that is an instant kill. Just on that alone, it is an instant kill. Notice the damage doesn't get reflected because it's not a damage output kind of skill. So how insane is that? The fact that this monster at 105, because of the area quicksand, because you have that skill, you could pretty much almost kill. You could almost kill any you can kill any Megaton monster as long as they don't have some sort of shield. Here, we'll do Drown in Your Blood. This time the damage will get reflected. It got reflected to Dunraw. But we applied some DOTs on Izel. And then you can keep using those Izel. Wow, the enemy's just getting lucky. I was going to say you could keep using those DOTs to start killing the monster here. We're just going to play this battle out. Again, in this specific battle, I had no intentions of actually winning. I just wanted to showcase the fact that you can pretty much kill a Megaton monster with Ancestor's Bite. Because against a Megaton monster, that becomes 90 damage. And thanks to your status caster at the start of the battle, the enemy's essentially dead. That's what it means, right? Quicksand is 15%, your AoE is 90%. There's a Clipium right there. I could probably showcase it against Clipium. There is, no, they're actually just top monsters, so I can't showcase it against them. I'm trying to see if there's a Dunraw right there. I could probably do it against Dunraw. We'll refresh, and let's see. There's a Mephisto. It would work perfectly against Mephisto. Again, assuming no shields or anything. Just the fact that Quicksand, it's like, here, we'll try it. We'll take on Red Sky and we'll try it. Hopefully it works out exactly the way I want it to work out. Let us click Fight. And let's see, Evasion, Megataunt. Ah, you would have Evasion. Oh, how unlucky. I guess I will do... I guess I just have to recharge. So let's see. Archangel's Blessing is fine. Here, we'll speed this up a bit. Everybody Loves, that's fine too. And we will just simply, let's get rid of that evasion. Well, deals heavy light damage, removes a positive status effect. I don't want to remove Megaton though. So I think we can simply recharge. And let's see what happens here. Sit and Intimidate. That's fine with me. Alright, here we go. So it was because of evasion that the Quicksand wasn't able to land in the beginning. But again, just to showcase Ancestor's Bite. Bam. Look at that. Just 90% of HP. Jagugan's Sword alone almost killed him. So I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty powerful. Like, again, at level 105, the Quicksand and that against Megaton monsters, he's an absolute beast. He's a killer. Like, you don't have to worry about them. Here, let's finish off Mephisto, and then we can just apply the DOT. So even though, again, he doesn't have his damage output skills, just the DOTs alone make him a force to be reckoned with. Look at that. Drowned in your blood. Bam. Bleeding and drowned. 8,000 damage. Blessing to cleanse. Okay, but you get the whole point of it. Here, we'll do Flurry's Fill, 50% of HP. So, I think he's a fantastic monster. I think he's great. I think he's phenomenal. Ancestor Bite, 30% of total life. We'll do Drowned again. And stuff is getting too close to where I am going to exit out because I do not want to win this battle. And then let's rank him up. Let's see his other skills once he's ranked up. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's rank him up. Let's see what else this monster can do. And let's truly showcase his potential. So, I'm going to rank him up to rank 2. You saw the skill he gets at rank 1. That's what I would say makes him available to use a speed build. I know it's unconventional, but you could potentially do it. Alright, at rank 2 you get Reptilian Ram, which moves shields from all enemy monsters, and it deals heavy special damage to all enemies, and it applies bleed to all enemies. It's an AoE bleed skill. It's a powerful AoE skill. Against a Megaton monster, you'd be dealing triple damage against that monster. Again, not because you have hate or anything, but because it's an AoE, so that monster will deal triple damage. And it removes shields. Again, it doesn't remove armor relics, but it removes shields. So how good is this skill? It's an AoE bleed skill essentially. It does have a low 1-turn cooldown, so you have a lot of spammable potential, especially since you have 2 extra turn skills, right? You have Rotten Shields, and you also have your shoulder hits. So potentially pretty useful, but let's see what else he has when we continue to rank him up. So now this monster is ranked up, and you have Ancestral Flail Swing, which deals moderate metal damage and applies Mega Stun to one enemy. One enemy, not all enemies, just one. But then it also deals moderate metal damage to all enemies and applies Quicksand. So this is literally your skill to counter any monster that has dodge area. Hint, 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 we're talking Wormlad here. Metal damage against Wormlad, and you Mega Stun. I guess not Wormlad because he's actually immune to stun. But hey, you have that metal damage on him. And then you also deal some moderate damage to the allies. So more so, I guess this would stop monsters like Helguden, monsters like OReilly, who's immune to possession but not stun. So you literally have a counter to Megaton monsters and Taunt monsters, and you have an answer for regular dodge area monsters. So that's going to be fun and interesting to see. Also at rank 3, aside from getting Mega Stun, you also now have Tough. So you have a 35% chance to not get hit with negative effects, which is useful from some sort of protection against dots. And you don't need really protection against blind. You don't really need total blind. And you don't need protection against control skills because you're immune to them. And you don't necessarily need like protection against quote unactivated because you don't even care about that kind of stuff. And then this is the skill. This is it. This is the skill of all skills. The one we've been waiting for. Your Last Taunt. Applies Taunt Hater to itself. Deals massive special damage to one enemy. Massive special damage, guys. Removes Taunt Hater from itself. Gives 1 extra turn to itself. Requires cooldown. This skill is the Taunt Killer skill. If you can get this monster, you want to rank him up to rank 4. Because this skill will destroy Taunt monsters. Absolutely obliterate Taunt monsters. And this is where we go back to our regular skills that we were doing. A 2 strength and a speed rune, 2 strength and a team speed. And this is it. You literally give yourself triple damage when you're attacking that Taunt monster. When you're attacking that Mega Taunt monster. Just like that. Bam! Pure damage outputs. Right? You have your Ancestral Flail Swing in case you encounter that dodge area monster. Ancestral's Bite with a skill set of 2 strength. I don't think you need a run. You can do without it. So another thing about Ancestral's Bite that I should have mentioned. Like for example, when I was taking Iso and Iso had armor, keep in mind that you have other skills to choose from. So for example, you can literally run shoulder hit to maybe deal that enough physical damage you need to get rid of the shield or get rid of good damage of the shield, and then do Ancestral's Bite, and then keep in mind you have your status caster still in effect. So specifically for this skill set here, I want to put Your Last Taunt as the first skill because it's too powerful. And then I want to keep Ancestral Flail Swing in case I encounter a dodge area monster. Again, you don't need Ancestral's Bite when you're running Strength runes, so you have to ask yourself, what do you need? Battering Lizard, no. Flail, no. Poison Ground, AoE Quicksand and Poison, no. Finisher, yes, still a must-have skill even though you're ranked up. So then that last and final skill is up to you. Do you want another extra turn skill like Shoulder Hit? Do you want Drowning Your Blood, which is Bleed and Drown? I personally like that skill a lot because it's DOT to everyone. What do you want to run for that fourth and final skill? Shield Hater if you're, or not Shield Hater, Rotten Shields if you encounter a team that you know can apply shields, you're going to want to remove them. Or do you want to run Reptilian Ram, which is a ranked up skill, so we might as well utilize it. Or again, Shoulder Hit. So I would say these three are must-haves if you're going attacker build, if you're giving them strength. And then that fourth and final skill, it's up to you. It's going to vary. Let's put on Reptilian Ram for now. And then let us see this monster. Look at his stats. 12,000 HP right now. Well, at level 130, his power is 4,355. Quite formidable indeed. So we're gonna take him out into player versus player and destroy some bad guys. Who do we want to take on? Who is likely to have a really tanky taunt monster? I am thinking the base on the right. Yeah, let's do this. It's a 120 Brutalis. Let's click fights. Or taunt monster, right? Alright, so okay, Quicksand takes effect first. Queen's Call, that's cool with me. Alright, Quicksand, Brutalis Barrier, Mega Taunt. Alright, I'm super excited about this. Your Last Taunt. Alright, it doesn't look like it's going to deal a lot of damage. Keep in mind, I did get hit with a damage reduction, so my attack is now 1/4 weaker than it would be. But, and then Reptilian Ram, because he's at a Mega Taunt, would deal a lot of damage. Let's do Your Last Taunt. Let's do this. Alright, I have a 10 and an 8. I got hit with a damage reduction, but Your Last Taunt, beautiful. Look at all that damage output. If it wasn't for that minus 25%, I'd be fine. I got hit with a Total Blind. Aw. Man, that sucks. Reptilian Ram would have finished him off, so I'm just going to have to recharge. Restore the Dream. We're going to try this out. We're going to do Charge with Resonant. Got hit with the Death Door. That's fine. I can do Your Last Taunt again. I can do Reptilian Ram. In this case, because he has the Mega Taunt, I don't need Your Last Taunt, so I'm going to save that. Reptilian Ram it is. Bye-bye, Brutalis. Major Healing Essence kicked in as well. Why is the enemy always ulting? I swear. Alright, so that's a dodge area monster. And, well, they have evasion, so I can't really do anything in this case. So I guess I just recharge. And he is back from the dead. I can get rid of the evasion at the very least. Queen's Call, still frozen over here. Brutalis Barrier again. My damage output got reduced. But you know what? Reptilian Ram. Bye-bye Brutalis again. Look at that damage output, 63k. Got hit with the Righteous Evil. That's a lot of DOT against me. Undead Ritual, he is back from the dead. Hit me with the Quicksand. And then I can luckily cleanse, or I guess not. I'll do Your Last Taunt. Actually, yeah, Your Last Taunt again. No, we didn't really get to test out anything, but that's fine. Your Last Taunt. It was a miss. And, oh, I'm so alive. Demon's Flame. Alright, well, let's see if this next attack lands. We will do not Reptilian Ram. We will do Ancestral Flail Swing just to showcase the Mega Stun, and see how it dealt some extra damage to Ragnarok. So that's how that works. So I think at this point we can exit out of the battle. No point in continuing, right? Lots of DOTs. Yeah, we'll exit out and we shall continue. So, hopefully you saw the damage output from Your Last Taunt. Quite powerful, right? It is pretty darn amazing, the damage output that skill has. Let's see if we can find an OReilly base. Let's see, there's another Brutalis, there is another Done Raw. Let's refresh. Oh, no taunt monsters. That's interesting. So let's do a friendly battle again, and let's see how that goes. I specifically gave all life to Brutalis, and I also tried to give team life just to do some extra damage output. So check this out. Check this out. There is a Brutalis with 230k life. Wow. So we're gonna do your last taunt and see how much damage output I have. So Reptilian Ram, Siege Finisher, Flail Swing, and your last taunt. Bam, 105k. It's not enough to OTK though. So he's running 6 life, 6 lives, and then there's team life over here. Yeah, there's team life over there. So what can we do now? Siege Finisher, Reptilian Ram. Let's do Finisher, since we can pretty much always do that. Chikun Sword kicks in. Shield. We'll charge with Resonance, so I'll be able to do your last taunt again. And that finishes him off. 123k damage. I can do Flail Swing to Mega Stun. Fat Tit over here. And then we'll recharge. I'll set up my taunt skill. Do King. I will go ahead. Let's see. Armor of Duty. Reptilian Ram or Siege Finisher. We'll do Finisher. 48k damage. Jukun Sword kicks in. We'll recharge. And we'll recharge. Back to me. Finisher again. Just the fact that I can spam it. Let's do Finisher again. And there we go. Healing Amulet kicks in. But you guys get the whole picture. So the question is, what were to happen if we were to do something like put in a monster, change team, let's replace Rossi God, actually let's replace Brutalis, and let's put good old Cellot. Cellot, for those of you that don't know, can start the game off with Ignition. So having these two monsters together, ooh, this is going to be fun, right? Because what it essentially means is that the enemy is going to lose 25% of HP without me even having to do anything. Just the fact that Ignition and Quicksand are at the start of the battle, actually 30% of HP. Wait, let me check. Let me verify it. Ignition is what, 20? And deals low fire damage. Let's see how much it is. So again, your last taunt, maybe I should run my physical attack, my shoulder hit, 105k damage. I will do Siege Finisher, and then Jukun Sword kicks in, and then the DLTs kick in when it's his turn. So we're just going to recharge, and 63k damage just from Ignition and Quicksand alone. So just imagine if you add Dragard to the mix, and Dragard adds an additional Sunburn. That would have finished him off. And also keep in mind that, like I mentioned, you don't need to run the attacker skill setup on the monster. You could run the other skill, Ancestral's Bite, which I think, considering you're taking on tanks that are going to be level 130. Oh, I'm not even level 130, I'm 120. I'm like, he feels a little weak. Here, let's level him up all the way to 130. Why did I think he was fully leveled up? No, he can still be leveled up. So let's speed this up. Again, a huge thanks to SocialPoint for giving me everything I need to make this video. And let's see his stats at 130. And his power jumped up to a whopping 4690. 4690. So right now with the runes he has, he's at 13601. Well, let's do more friendly battles and see how powerful he is. Yeah, let's truly showcase this now. So click on fight. Let's see how much stronger it went from dealing 48k damage or whatever it was to 100 and we'll see right now. We'll see. All right, Armor, let's do this. Let's do your last taunt on Brutalis. So again, all the relics kick in. Your last taunt is now dealing 154 damage. That's more like it. That is a lot better. That is a lot better. Reptilian Ram. Oh, that is significantly better. Look at all of those beautiful DLTs in the game. I added the bleeding. I'm just going to recharge. I am just going to recharge. Dead. Baylor is going to set up his... You know what? Let's... Do I want to bring him back? I'll bring him back. I'll bring him back for fun. I am going to do... Let's see. Oh, triple damage. Let's stun the monster. You are now stunned. Dealt residual damage to the enemies. As you can see. We'll charge with Resonance. And again... Your last taunts. That's a lot better. That's a lot stronger. And we'll finish you off as well. So, again, just even giving them, even switching stuff up here, change team, even giving them that extra skill that deals some extra damage. We're gonna swap out Reptilian Ram right now for shoulder hit just to see how much damage that deals when he's level 130 and has these runes. And we'll do another battle, request battle, accept the battle. And then I think this will be it. You've seen enough. If you guys want me to test anything before I get rid of the monster and sell the monster, let me know in the comments below so I can test that out. I can do a follow-up video answering whatever questions you may have. Well, actually, there's still something I want to test myself. So, quick little shoulder hit. Not the strongest, but hey, got rid of that extra shield I needed it to get rid of. Your last taunts now can deal 170 damage. My relic kicks in. The whole quicksand would kick in. And oh my gosh, this monster is powerful. This monster is so darn good. I love this monster. I think he's fantastic. I think he's great. Alright, so the last thing I want to do before I end the video is just test out shoulder hit, the physical damage aspect to shoulder hit. Oh look, this is a perfect example of immunity torture actually being very relevant in the current meta, especially against these monsters that start the game off with status caster, when there's so many DLTs in the game nowadays, especially curse, and there not being a counter to curse. So I wanted to throw that out there. So here, let me just recharge, and let me just recharge. With Timmy, I want to do space time. For the next turn, Timera and team will dodge damage from all incoming attacks. I just want to see if physical attacks can penetrate that. I don't think that's the case, but I think at one point that might have been the case. So that's why I want to do that. I'm also going to do Blacksmith's Masterpiece for Mirror Mirror, just to see if it can maybe bypass Mirror Mirror, which again, I don't believe the case. I just kind of want to test it out and see it for myself. So, oh, that's right, anticipation. Let's also do a damage mirror while we're at it. Why not add in all the mirrors in the game, right? So damage mirror, skill mirror, space time. And so let's do a shoulder hit, quick shoulder hit, 0 health, and it got reflected. Nope. So yeah, I guess it's just physical damage. That's all it is. What do I want to do? There was something I specifically wanted to do. I think I wanted to activate cooldowns on my monster just to showcase that Ugluk does not care about cooldowns. He could care less. So let's see. Let's just recharge with everyone until Timmy gets a turn in. Actually, I can do King because, well, Timmy's not going to turn in for a while. So I can do your last taunt and OTK, 170k damage. My goodness, that was ridiculous. I'm going to churn transfer over to Timmy because Timmy needs a churn already. Come on, Timmy. Alright, and we're going to do CDA. So the opponent is like, ha, cooldowns are active. I'm going to win the battle. Ugluk does not care. Siege finisher. Bam, 77k damage. God, he's so powerful. Alright, guys. With that being said, this has been an exclusive first look at Ugluk from level 100 all the way to 130. I did different incremental levels so you can see the different skills he gets at every single rank up. Ideally, you do want to get this monster ranked up to rank 4 to get, well, you want him to rank 3 to get tough because that'll definitely help, but you want him to rank 4 to get your last taunt, which deals triple damage against taunt monsters, mega taunt monsters from the very beginning. It is one of those skills where he gives himself the buff, the taunt hater, and then deals the damage and then remove the taunt hater. So just keep that in mind if you're wondering where to go. If you wanted to keep it, you would need something that you would need a monster that can give him like protects positive effects. So if you partner him up with Myrak and that's one of the random positive effect buffs, then hey, you're good to go. You can keep the taunt hater. But as you can see, even if you can't rank this monster all the way, even if you only get this monster at rank 1, as you saw that first battle with Isol, you can kill him. Right, run shoulder hit to deal that initial damage. Run your Ancestor's Bite, which will deal 90% damage against any Megaton monster. Dunraw, Mephisto, whoever has Megaton active, you're going to deal that damage. And then because they have the status caster Quicksand, that's 15%. That's an OTK essentially. So as long as, again, the enemy can't clear it, if they don't get healed in that time span, you can kill the enemy monster. If this monster is partnered up with the other status casters, Saulot, Dragar, your team is a force to be reckoned with. Overall, regardless of whether or not you have this monster fully ranked up, regardless of whether or not you have the best runes for this monster, I think you saw that you can rune him to be good either way. I like him as an attacker. I think there's a lot of times when I will run him just for Ancestor's Bite because I'm probably not going to get this monster 130. We'll see. We'll see. But with that being said, I'm going to keep them for a while, probably for the next day. If you guys have anything you want me to specifically test, let me know and I'll do my best to test it. If not, like always, I'm going to sell the monster. I'm going to get back my runes. I'll get rid of it. SocialPoint always compensates me and pays me back for removing the gem, so totally fine with that. For unlocking the slot, totally fine with that. So whatever and all thoughts you may have, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and I will see you all next time.